how do you become more in tune with your intuition, I guess, for maybe an average, just everyday person? Because I feel like, basing it off our conversation we've had so far, I feel like it's come up a lot is your intuition and some of the benefits of sort of following that. And I feel like, I sometimes maybe have, conflict with that, as I'm sure everybody does in some way.
Mm-hmm.
How would you suggest people that are listening or watching maybe try to become more in tune with their intuition?
Well, there are several things that I think can be really helpful. One of them is to start a synchronicity journal.
What's that?
I know.
What is that?
Because the universe communicates to us in symbols like all the time. And so, just like anytime something happens that you think is like random, or if you have, oh, this funny thing happened, and then I keep seeing this thing everywhere, or, like somebody, sees a picture of a certain type of, I don't know, mountain lion, and then they're gifted a mountain lion statue, and then this book comes, that they have to read, and it has a mountain lion on the cover. Like, that kind of stuff can become important. So start writing it down. You don't always know where it'll go, but then you have reference, and then as you do it more, you are able to like hone in on it more, and you start getting more useful information from it. And it's just fun to go, oh, this did make sense. This did connect. Like one time,
following the omens almost.
Yes.
I read. That's one of the few books that I've read in the last year and some change was The Alchemist. I don't know if you've read that ever.
Oh gosh, it's been years.
Yeah, but I really loved it. It was actually an artist that I really, really enjoy and follow his stuff. He recommended reading it, and so I read it recently. But
yeah,
that sounds exactly like what you're talking about. Is paying attention to the omens and kind of becoming closer when you're doing. I forget how the book kind of sums it up, but it was like as you're following your intuition more and you're doing whatever it was that the universe is sort of wanting you to do, that's how you're becoming one with the universe. Was somewhat of the I'm butchering it right now, but that's what it was, I guess, kind of.
Oh yeah, and
I mean, story at least.
It can cause some very rewarding things to happen. It can also save your life. Like it saved my life on multiple occasions to be able to understand what the universe was trying to communicate, so I could do something different and save myself. But there was one particular instance that I was. It was very odd, and it took about a year and a half to unfold. But I kept getting signs about the Ring of Fire. So I would keep hearing the song. I kept reading books that would make references to a Ring of Fire in different ways. There were just like so many things where I just kept coming across the Ring of Fire over and over and over. Mm-hmm. And I had this like sense of impending doom. And I can't remember right now because this was like 10, 15 years ago, but how those two things connected. I think that it was partially because when I started to realize, like I got the sense that maybe I would die on Christmas of this particular year. Like I don't know why I was getting that, but I was really terrified. And then I looked up like where the moon cycle was going to be on that particular day, and it was going to be a full moon. And I don't know if it was like a particular type of full moon that was like not, but there were a lot of other things that were going to occur that don't normally occur together. And I was just like terrified, and I was like convinced, and I kept getting these signs about the Ring of Fire, hearing the song on the radio, like all this stuff. And I was writing it down because it was just too weird. And so the one, it comes to be Christmas and I think I'm going to die. I don't know how or why. I feel healthy and I'm terrified to go to bed, but I go to sleep and I wake up and I'm fine. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
No biggie,
it's
right?
Anticlimactic. Yeah.
Except that when I get up, I find out that the tsunami just hit and killed 260,000 people, and it happened in the Ring of Fire.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's awful.
But that's something that I carried with me for like a year and a half, and I couldn't explain it. And like as it got closer, I was feeling more and more upset and terrified and
angst and a lot of a slur of emotion, like it's just a plethora of stuff coming at you. That's insane.
It was really crazy, and so that's why I'm like, whether it seems kind of nuts or not, keep writing it down, because sometimes those patterns do take a long time to unfold. But like if you can have some sort of way to log it, then you can go back and go, oh, okay, I am starting to pay attention.
Yeah.
And
then you're able to maybe realize things, sooner as they're maybe happening.
right. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's really incredible. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was I mean, I felt terrible. I really did. But and those are the kinds of situations where you're picking up on energy, but you can't do anything to stop it. And I think that's where the guilt comes in sometimes, where it's like, man, I just feel
And it
really
is a
bad.
lot like an ocean wave in general, where it's like you see it coming, like a tsunami, like you can see coming for however many miles away, and that's kind of scary. You can't do anything about it. So
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's very much some, the universe was telling you something. So
I was just picking up on a major event where people, like when a lot of people are going to die,
yeah,
sometimes you'll start getting waves of it like way beforehand.
yeah,
So, and I'm not the only person that's ever happened to. I think you can look it up, and there's even things like Mothman, where I think people like in certain towns were picking up and seeing Mothman before like these calamities happened. And it was just like,
what's Mothman?
oh,
I'm like,
that was like one of the coolest.
sounds very familiar.
The East Coast. I think there's a movie called Mothman. Like
Yeah.
if you watch it, it pretty much sums up what had happened. But people were like, they thought they were seeing it places. People were drawing it. Like it was just, and I don't know. I can't remember if there was like some sort of cultural belief that, that person existed already, and that when you see him, something bad is going to happen. But yeah. And then I think a bridge collapsed and killed a bunch of people.
Jesus, yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah.
Mothman, I gotta write that down. That's crazy.
It's crazy. But anyways, intuition journals, majorly helpful, and also just kind of like going to a metaphysical store, playing with some different crystals, even picking one off the internet, but like something that you can hold and sit with, and just kind of like let your mind just kind of like connect with whatever comes up. It could be fun.
Thanks for watching that last video, guys. Click right over here to see the episode in its entirety, or click over here to subscribe and check out all the other cool shit we have on the channel. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Do it.